Hello students and welcome to my channel once again. This video is on chapter 4 of class 6 supplementary book A Pact with the Sun. The name of the chapter is The Old Clock Shop. The chapter is about Ray, an old and deaf owner of an old clock shop. He gets into certain situation. How he comes out of that situation? Let's see in the chapter. The Old Clock Shop. Christmas Eve had arrived. Christmas Eve is the day or evening before Christmas. That means evening of 24th December. And last minute shoppers were going home. The Salt Lake City of USA was covered with thick snow. Yet lights were on in the old clock shop of Ray, the deaf and old owner of the shop. As he was working on the clock he had sold that day. That means he was preparing the clock for the customer. A deaf person is someone who can't hear. After finishing his work, Ray stood up and was on his way to the back room. Just then, he felt a cold rush of air from the front door that hit the back of his neck. That means he felt cold air on the back of his neck. That means somebody has arrived. Ray turned to meet this last minute shopper, but his old wise eyes could tell him that this was not a shopper. He saw there were two men, one in his 20s and the other close to 50s. The younger man stood at the door. He remained at the door while the older man approached the counter. There was no sign of friendliness in his eyes. Ray was able to hide his growing fear. Ray felt scared, but he was able to hide it. And he slowly pushed a notepad and a pencil across the counter towards that person. He smiled at that unfriendly face of the person, and pointing towards his ear, he shook his head from side to side to tell him that he can't hear. And there was a quick look of surprise on this man's face as he studied the notepad, and then he turned towards his friend who was standing at the door and told him something. Now Ray took this opportunity to look closely at the person who was standing at the corner. Ray paid attention to the shape of the gun and a restless hand in the man's right pocket. That means there was a gun in his pocket. Anger boiled within him. Now Ray got very angry, but he had to keep calm. An inner voice told him to be still, and Ray wrote on the notepad, "May I help you?" Now for the first time, this man looked directly at Ray and smiled. It was a cruel, mocking smile. Mocking means to make fun of. They both understood who Ray and the person who was standing at the counter. They both understood why this person was there and why other persons stood at the door. And they looked like men who were down on their luck. Down on their luck means somebody who is facing bad situation and were now ready to try something they would later be sorry about. Now they were in bad situation and they were ready to try something which would put them in trouble, and they would repent later. That means they were ready to commit a crime. All the clocks in the shop ticked, and Ray calmly wrote another message on the notepad. "Have you come to pick up a clock or a watch?" Ray knew why this person was there, but still, to show that he was calm and he was unaware, he just asked him as if he asked him, "Have you come to pick up a watch?" Then he pointed towards the lone boat which was filled with clocks and pocket watches. Now Ray was not a pawnbroker. Who is a pawnbroker? A pawnbroker is a person who lends money at interest and keep other person's articles on security. So Ray was not such kind of person, but still he was a kind person, and sometimes he couldn't say to those needy people who come to him to place their old watches or clocks so that they could get some money. So Ray would give them some money, keep their watches, and he would keep it till the person comes back and gives his money back and take their watches. And Ray would not take any interest from those people. So this shows that Ray was a kind person. Now this older man seemed to feel a little easier, and he took out his hand from his pocket and he quickly looked at the watch which was on his wrist, and he asked Ray, "How much will you give me for this?" The man wrote on the notepad. Ray noticed that there was little shame in the grey eyes of this man. The watch was not special. Which watch? The watch which was on the wrist of that person. But yet this watch had a great power. It was something to exchange, a way out of bad situation. The watch was something which would save this person out of bad situation, which would save this person from committing crime. Knowing that this great need had brought this man to the shop in the first place, Ray asked this person by writing on the notepad, "How much do you need for it?" And the reply came, "Whatever it is worth." That means whatever is the worth or value of that watch. Now Ray reached to his cash box and he pulled out $50 note and gave it to the man. And they both shook hands. Ray looked into the eyes of that person and it seemed that the person's eyes were saying thank you. The person was saying thank you. Because Ray and that person, they both knew that this watch wasn't worth $50. It was not that costly. But still, Ray helped that person by giving him $50. Before turning to leave, the man wrote on the notepad that I will be back to pick it up as soon as I can. Merry Christmas. Now, this little story of kindness ended here within half an hour. But the clocks all stroked together. The timepieces which were till now quiet and looking at those three men in the room quietly rang all together, all of a sudden, as if singing this universal song, peace on earth, goodwill towards all. This message, as if all the clocks clicking together were giving this message, and all three men who were standing at the shop at that time felt this message. So this is how Ray came out of that situation without putting himself and those other two men in bad situation. And this is how the wristwatch, which was although an ordinary watch, saved those two men from committing crime. So what is the message of this lesson? That everyone faces ups and downs in his life. How we behave in such situations defines the person that we are. Now let's see some question answer. What made Ray think the visitor was not really a shopper? The way the person arrived at the last hour with no friendliness in his eyes and the way one man stopped outside the door made Ray think that they were not visitors. They were not shoppers or visitors. Why do you think he had come to the shop? He had probably come to rob the shop for money. How did Ray communicate with them? Ray was deaf, so he communicated with them by writing on the notepad and through gestures. What do you think the man said to his friend who waited at the door? He said that the shopkeeper was deaf. Ray was not a pawnbroker. Why then did he lend money to people in exchange for their old watches and clocks? So Ray was a kind person, so he lent money to people to help them. The watch was nothing special and yet had great powers. In what sense did it have great powers? The watch was nothing special but yet had great power. It had the power to turn a bad situation. The men got money without hurting Ray, and Ray also escaped the situation, all because of the watch. Which watch? The watch which was on the wrist of that man who was standing at the counter. Do you think the man would ever come back to pick up the watch? Yes, I think he is a good man and was behaving so because of his bad situation. But he had a change of his heart at the end. This shows that he is a good person and will come back to return Ray's money. When did the unfriendly face of the visitor turn truly friendly? It turned truly friendly when Ray offered a higher price for his watch. So students, this was the chapter, The Old Clock Shop. I hope you have understood and liked the story. Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.